The air in the room has changed. It's a cold front you didn't see coming. A sudden drop in pressure that makes your bones ache. Just an hour ago, her eyes held a universe of warmth, exclusively for you. Now they are polished stones, opaque, reflecting a version of you that you don't recognize. Something is wrong. You feel it in the silence between her words. She says, "My friends were just saying..." And the verdict is delivered before the evidence is even presented. The trial has already happened. You just weren't invited. This is the shadow jury, an invisible tribunal that holds court in your absence, and their advice is not advice. It is a coordinated attack on your ego. You start to feel it subtly at first. A small comment she makes, seemingly out of nowhere. Jessica thinks it's weird that you call your mother every Sunday. It's packaged as an observation, a harmless little quirk, but it's a seed of doubt. A tiny, perfectly polished stone dropped into the calm waters of your self-perception. You didn't think it was weird, but now you're not so sure. Then comes the next wave. Chloe was just concerned that you're so focused on your work. She says a man who works that hard is usually hiding something. Now it's not a quirk. It's a character flaw. Your ambition, once a source of pride, is reframed as a symptom of deceit. The very thing you thought made you valuable is now presented as a red flag. The jury's whispers are getting louder. You try to defend yourself. You explain. You reason. But you're not talking to her anymore. You're pleading your case to a committee of ghosts whose opinions have been laundered through the person you trust the most. Her face is a mask, her voice an echo. She's no longer your partner in this moment. She's the jury's forewoman, delivering a verdict that was decided over brunch and cheap mimosas. This is not an accident. This is psychology. It's called triangulation. A third party, or in this case a whole panel of them, is brought into the dynamic to create instability and shift power. By outsourcing her opinions, she absolves herself of responsibility. It's not her who thinks you're flawed. It's them. She's just a concerned messenger, a neutral party. But there is nothing neutral about it. It's a masterclass in passive aggression. She avoids direct conflict while simultaneously communicating deep dissatisfaction. She gets to wound you without ever holding the knife. Let's call them Mark and Sarah. In the beginning, it was perfect. He planned a surprise weekend trip to a quiet cabin in the woods, a gesture of love, pure and simple. Sarah was ecstatic. She told her friends about it on their weekly video call. You can picture the scene, the grid of faces, the polite smiles that don't quite reach the eyes. The shadow jury convenes. One friend says, "A cabin in the woods? Alone? Isn't that a bit controlling?" The first stone is cast. The word controlling hangs in the digital air, venomous and sticky. Another chimes in. "My ex did stuff like that. Grand gestures to distract from the fact that he never actually listened to me. Now his thoughtful act is reframed as a manipulative tactic." The third adds the final touch. "Just be careful, sweetie. It seems a little intense for only 3 months." His passion is now intensity. His love is now a warning sign. When Sarah talks to Mark again, the magic is gone. The excitement in her voice has been replaced by a clinical, detached suspicion. She asks questions that aren't her own. So, why did you pick a place so isolated? Were you worried I wouldn't like a more public gift? Do you think we're moving too fast? He is being cross-examined. His beautiful gesture has been contaminated. It's no longer an act of love. It's a piece of evidence in a trial against his character. A trial orchestrated by the shadow jury. Here is the truth. Her friends are not objective arbiters of justice. They are a tribe, and you are, by definition, an outsider. Their loyalty is not to the health of your relationship. Their primary loyalty is to her, and more accurately, to the stability of their own social ecosystem. You are a variable they cannot control. Often their concerns are just projections of their own past traumas, fears, and relationship failures. The ghost of their ex becomes the monster in your closet. They aren't analyzing you. They're fighting their own demons, using you as a proxy. You become the stand-in for every man who has ever disappointed them. The attack is on your ego because the ego is the foundation of your identity in the relationship. It's your sense of confidence, competence, and worth. If they can dismantle that, they can control the narrative. If you are weak, insecure, and constantly second-guessing yourself, you are manageable. You are no longer a threat. The transformation happens when you stop participating in the trial. It's a sudden, jarring realization. You are not on trial. You are being ambushed. You realize you cannot win a case against a jury that has already decided your guilt. Their goal isn't truth, it's conviction. Your defense is irrelevant, so you change the conversation. You stop defending the what, the action they've twisted, and you start addressing the how of how she allows their voices to become her own. The conversation is no longer, "Why do you think I'm controlling?" The conversation becomes, "Why do you trust their opinion of my character more than your own experience of it?" This is the moment of truth. Either she recognizes that she has outsourced her trust, that she has used her friends as a shield, or she doubles down. If she doubles down, she will call you insecure, defensive, controlling for real this time. You are now attacking her support system. The final desperate move of a guilty party. And that is when you know. You were never in a relationship with one person. You were dating a committee that would never, ever approve your membership. You cannot build a future on borrowed convictions. You cannot find intimacy in a space crowded with ghosts of relationships past. You cannot love a person who is merely a vessel for the anxieties of others.